What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and today we're talking about NBA playoffs. Do we like to play in? And who gonna play first? Justin Fields or fuck that nigga name is again? I don't know.
Oh,
Mac Jones, bro.
Matt
Patriots.
Jones.
That's
Yes. Oh, yeah, I said
That's that
sports.
Lowry's.
So mad about that L, Ohio
Fuck
State.
that nigga, man.
Yeah, bro.
They gave it to him.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I am your host, Chris, and I got the crew back with me. No guests. What up, y'all?
What up?
Nothing much. You know, the playoffs is starting. You know, we got to talk about that. So we getting right into it like we normally do. Tonight, as we speak, they have the playing games going on. I really don't want your predictions on the playing games, but because most people is going to go chalk. But
Well, no,
how y'all feel about the playing games, man?
We're gonna tell. Oh, that's what he said. All right.
Yeah,
Because we
you had
did
froze like a
nothing
motherfucker.
up to that, bro.
Yeah, we missed it.
I hope
yeah.
it was real good though. I hope you got it on tape, and we just got to see it later.
Yeah, I got it on tape. It's all good. Everything's recording here. Yeah.
Okay, buddy. All right.
But now, how do y'all feel about the playing game though? Like, y'all like it? Y'all hate it? Not really feeling it?
I think it is very interesting. I think it does add a little bit of intrigue to the end. When we was talking one time before, I remember Blair saying, like, I think it kills like a little bit of that tanking that been going on in the league, because these teams be tanking, bro. Some of these teams do be tanking. So like if you like on the brink, hey, because they say all you gotta do is make it to the playoffs and anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it do add some intrigue, like right there at the end. It's probably real interesting now because you got a team like Boston in the play-in right now. You got the Lakers, who, because of injury, they in a play-in game, and then you got Steph Curry, who just went off ridiculous this season, and they playing the Lakers, so that make it more intriguing this year. But I think that leaves room for like more stuff like that to happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? A team who might have been hurt get right there at the end of the season, and then you always be like, what if? Now we gonna find out what if.
Yeah,
So
I feel the same way. Like when you have a really good team that's just been really hurt and they barely missed the playoffs in years past. I like it to a certain extent. I like the fact that the 7 and 8 teams play and the 9 and 10 teams play, and then the winner got to play. They got to play each other. That part I'm not too sure about, but I mean that's how they set it up. I just thought like, hey, you playing to get into this tournament like how the NCAA tournament is.
The winner
It does get rid of
of
a lot of the tanking though.
The winner of 7 and 8 gets in. The loser is gonna play the winner of 9 and 10.
Oh, okay.
And that team will get in.
Okay. Maybe I was
7 and 8 get 2 chances. That's all.
Yeah, whoever lose that game will get another chance.
Another chance, yeah.
They get 2 chances.
Which is right. I guess that's right, because technically they was in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes more sense now. Maybe I was misunderstanding.
misinterpreted.
But how you feel about it, Blair?
I don't know, man. I'm like, has a 7 or an 8 seed ever won the championship? Like, have they ever won in basketball history?
No, the lowest seed I think was the 6th seed, and that was the Rockets.
That's what I'm saying. Usually the 7 and 8 don't even matter. I don't know if this is to make people care. I think they did it last year and this year just because of the games. They like, y'all can't complain. There's normally 82 of them. Shut up. We're just gonna throw a couple more in there. Y'all will end up playing 76 games or something like that, or 70, 3 games, something like that, or 5, whatever. A little more than everybody else. But the idea, I think, going forward is like, short of injury, because I don't think they'll be hit like injury like they were this year. And I think some of it is the shortened season and not being able to practice matters. You know what I mean? No contact. You can't get out there and move around and kind of keep yourself loose. So it's likely to happen in the game. And going forward, they're going to be pushing you got a vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask thing. So they're going to, I figure by the beginning of next season, they're going to pretty much have kicked out all COVID protocols. And it'll just be back to business as usual. Everybody will get to play as usual. And then next year, the playing game will be trash. Because I think it'll be pretty well manned out. Like this year, it was just odd the way all the superstars got hurt at some point, Only person who really didn't get hurt was Joker. Like everybody else has missed some real time throughout the season because of injury. So I don't think that'll happen as much next year with the conditioning and going back to what, the new normal or what's normal for them. When you take away like all the blockers and everything, they'll be back to what basketball is. And I think going forward, it'll be less likely to see a team like LA who everybody expected to win, but LeBron got hurt. I think that's less likely to happen going forward. Steph and them, maybe. If Clay gets hurt again, maybe they're garbage and Steph has to drag them through another championship. But that ain't supposed to happen. So then it'll just be like you hope the Pelicans make the playoffs just so people can see Zion because their defense is pretty terrible. And as of right now, they're not even in the playoffs. And they couldn't even make a 10 seed to get in the playoffs. So that's like the new hope of the league is Zion. So if Zion's not in the play-in, the play-ins won't mean that much if the stars aren't in it. Like if those 7 and 8, 9, 10 teams that nobody really, other than the city that they play for, nobody expects them to win a championship, nobody will really want to see those games. But then it'll be back to a normal schedule. So maybe they'll cut some games off so those dudes have to play. They'll come up with something. But I feel like this year it worked. But going forward, I'm not 100% it'll be. Because they played the whole season. And nobody really expects the 7-8. Now, if LA goes out and wins this year, they'll be the exception to the exception to the exception. And they'll bring that up every single year.
Yeah.
That especially if it happens this year and they win, they're like, look what LA did. They were hurt. Yeah. It's possible. You can do it. And they be like, dude, they were built to play for the championship. They just so happened to be hurt.
Hey, just to give some context to what you're saying, they're the 7th seed, but they finished #1 defensive team in the league this year. Even with LeBron and AD getting hurt.
Right. Like, so that's wild, dude. I think going forward, I don't know. Like, does anybody expect much out of the Indiana-Charlotte game? Does anybody expect Indiana or Charlotte to win the championship? No. Nope. They're a byproduct of this happened to happen, man. Everybody's excited for the only game that people would care about, and that's the LA Golden State game. Nobody expects Golden State to win, but it's very possible Steph could kill you for one game. They only got to win one game under these circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Facts. How you feel about it, Brianna?
I like it. I think it gives these teams who really wouldn't have a shot, and I like it. I rock with it.
You rock with it? Sean, how you feel about it, man?
I'm kind of on the fence, man. Like I understand what Blair is saying exactly, and I'm kind of leaning that way. But with that being said, like as a fan, it's a wonderful thing because if you got a booty team, you still got hope. You know what I'm saying?
That's them cities. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and again, and it's a win-win for the owners. I think they should add some more incentives, like how they do with the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You get a little extra bonus for being in the play-in game or something like that. And then those dudes will take it even more serious. You know what I'm saying? Coming down to the end of the season. Now, do I think it's going to last for a minute? I don't really know because I really think they love those 82 games compared to the 72. I think this was just something because of COVID last year in the bubble. So, they just gave them like a little 10 game grace,
Nah, it's to get the season in before the Olympics, bro.
True indeed. That as well. So I think it was more of something good for the owners, man. They wanted to get it started, get the money in their pockets. So honestly, if I'm gonna watch the play-in games, I'm gonna watch it for my team. So like what Blair was saying, if you're a fan of those clubs, you're gonna definitely watch it. But honestly, do I want to see my team on the play-in game and with hopes getting kicked out? You a 7 seed? Nah, man, I don't want to see that. So that's my answer. That's my take on it. But I'm a fan of sports, so at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of basketball heads is going to be watching this too, like super basketball heads. They don't give a damn who really playing. They just like watching basketball. So
Yeah, the intrigue of what's going on this year really helps out the case. So like the money that they was looking to get out of people watching the games this year, they gonna get it. Motherfuckers gonna watch all of the games just because of like what's happening with LA and the Warriors, because Steph Curry got a real chance of going off for fucking 45 and putting the Lakers on the brink of being out of the playoffs.
I agree.
Even if they played in that second game, I still think, LA will win. But still, it's like, bro, pressure bust pipes. We see that shit happen all the time. So it's like that jump do make it intriguing, bro. It do make it intriguing, at least for this year.
yeah. Speaking of intrigue, we got to pick the entire playoffs. We got to pick who we going to have in the finals. So, and I'm going to start off with Brianna. Who you got?
He was gonna do that.
Who
I
you
knew
got?
for a fact he was gonna do that. I knew it.
100%.
You knew it.
Didn't that just make you feel good?
No, it did not. No. No, it did not.
You know who
Who
you
I
got.
got going all the
Who
way?
you got? Who
You got
going
East
to the finals?
versus
This is
West.
very intriguing
East
playoffs
versus
now.
West. This the early prediction.
Early prediction.
Okay.
We ain't gonna do nothing but hold you to it.
So y'all already know who I got coming out the East.
Who was that?
Yeah,
The Kevin Durant's.
Kevin
Durant and the Commodores.
the Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I definitely got them coming out the East. I feel like if they stay healthy, they're a team to be reckoned with. Like, we already know that. The thing is, can they stay healthy? Are they going to show up? Because James Harden is not that playoff player we all think he is. Hopefully, he does show up this year. We all know Kevin's going to do what Kevin's going to do, but he can't do it by himself. So, but that's who I got coming out of the East. The West, I have either the Lakers or the Suns.
Pause. Pause. You gotta pick one.
He
That's what I was
dirty.
about to say. You gotta pick one. If we just
Gotta pick one. Who you taking?
She gonna take the Lakers, duh.
Hold on, man. I'm confused. You said you got to pick a championship team, the winner?
No, just who you got in the
picking-
finals.
no,
Who you got in the finals?
Going to the finals, yeah.
I'll say the Lakers just because. But I definitely think the Suns got a fighting chance. I'm going to pass it to Darius. Let's go.
There you go.
All right, man. Check this out, man. First off, in the East, I'm calling it right now. Game 6, double from Joel Embiid to take the Sixers to the finals.
All right.
Only because Brianna stated one of the reasons. I still don't believe in James Harden in the postseason yet. Just because I gotta go off of what I've seen so far. Like he done had an amazing season, no doubt. But this nigga had an amazing season every year he was in Houston. So I can't just go off him having an amazing season right now. He got that jump has to translate. And KD, like she said, KD, I'm not really worried about KD, even if he ain't 100%. You know, he come off the bench, he's still gonna get them 25, probably 5 or 6 rebounds. This nigga Kyrie, he just, man, he a head case for me right now, bro. Like, he just came out and was like, bro, basketball is not my focus right now. And that's real tough to hear when the playoffs is about to start, nigga. Like, you could have kept
a couple days.
Yes, you could have kept that shit to yourself, nigga.
Yeah.
Tell KD, tell James Harden, but bringing it to the media, I feel like you create that attention that you don't want.
You know
what I'm saying?
I'll be happy when he just says, I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Exactly. I feel like that nigga just need to go up there and say that. Yes, go up there and say that because you don't feel like talking to the media, bro. Because all that outside stuff has been proven. Like, no matter how good your team is, when a bunch of that outside shit be going on, that shit deter everybody from the goal. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I could see the Sixers upsetting them. So I got the Sixers with the upset coming out of the East. And then in the West, hey, barring them boys healthy, man, I got the Lakers, dog. Like, I still feel like no matter who they play, the matchup is in their favor. And if they go in as the 7th seed, they gonna play the Suns. And I like the Suns this year. I'm stupid happy for Devin Booker. I feel like this nigga is very underrated, dog. This nigga finally getting into the playoffs to get some shine. But even at 36 years old, and them niggas don't got nobody to guard LeBron, and this nigga DeAndre Ayton gonna have his hands full with AD and AD both down there at the same time. So I feel like that's gonna throw that shit off already. And I like they match up in pretty much anybody they face. I feel like LA is the team to where, we can go to this one matchup and that can be in our advantage during the whole playoffs. So I got 76ers versus the Lakers. Big Sean, what's happening?
There it is.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, come on, camera.
He ready now.
Look at
He ready now.
Hey, I don't care about much of y'all. I'm coming out talking about my Lakers now.
Yeah, man. Of course, I'm gonna say the Lakers. That's a given. But it's gonna be a walk in the park. Hell nah, I don't think so. Especially if one of them get hurt during the playoffs.
That'd be tough.
Playoffs is ugly and it's a wrap. So we're gonna have to keep those two. But I see Philadelphia, man. I would love for Brooklyn to be in there just for LeBron's legacy. I know people gonna hate me to say that, but I want that for LeBron's legacy. The reason why I say that, Blair, is because they still want the man to get up to 6. And if he don't get up to 6, they want to see the teams that he defeated. So if you say, hey, man, I done beat KD's ass twice and he been on super teams, it still looks good with 5 rings. In my opinion, I know Jordan fans out there like, man, that nigga crazy. But that's what I say. So I would love to see them, but I just don't see them playing no good defense against Philly, man. That's what it really comes down to. Are they going to throw up points? Yeah, they're going to throw up 120 a game easily. So if I had to pick, I'm going to go with Philly and LA. Hand it on off to Blair.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Yeah. If that's what we're doing, I'm going to do it all the way.
I know you're going to do it.
Okay.
Here it come.
Oh,
On a 3 team in the West.
Something crazy.
Utah, Phoenix, or the Clippers.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
I
just
like
sit
that.
there for a second. In the East, I'm gonna go with till I make that choice on the West. The East is kind of everybody went to. I'm gonna go with, and I like Brooklyn. I want to say Brooklyn but Brianna already said Brooklyn, so I gotta say something that's not Brooklyn. And we got Brooklyn. I just got to. I love y'all, Brooklyn. I hope y'all really win. But for this one, I'm gonna go with. If Brooklyn don't get it, I think James Harden actually is going to ball this postseason because I don't think he's going to be. He doesn't have to be that same James Harden, the same one that we was like, there's no way in hell he cannot be that dude he was in Houston, and we all thought that was like just ingrained in who he was. He played nothing like that this year. I literally think his whole goal from here forward is to win a championship. It's no numbers. It's no nothing. It's whatever it takes to get the job done. So I think he's not going to suck. I can't pick him, but I do think he's not going to suck. So since we have Brooklyn already gone, we already got Philly out the way, I'm going to say this is the Giannis hump year, yay. The Giannis year. Look at your face. Darius' face was like, what? I know he didn't just say that. I don't even know. It's gonna be the Giannis hump year, bro. This is the year. This is the year that the wall dies. Let's just say this is the year. If the wall don't die this year, it ain't never dying. It's not dying for 3 more years. Like if he can't beat the wall this year, so I want to give Giannis he seemed like he ready, bro. He seemed like
I can't lie, Blair. If he do defeat the wall, it's gonna be a problem. I gotta agree with you on that shit.
That's it. That's Giannis is the dude for the next 5. I don't care what you cut. If he beats the wall, if he can beat the wall, which is the thing that has burned him the last 2 years. The third year ain't the charm, bro. You in trouble.
I gotta give you that. I agree with that.
So if I want to go, I want to give the man he gonna beat the wall. So I'm gonna say Milwaukee. I say the number 3 seed at least.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very possible through the way. I don't,
Oh yeah.
I just think Milwaukee can do it. In the end, it'll be Milwaukee and Brooklyn if it just washed out and the top 4 won all the way.
That'll be good because you got 2 unguardable players. You got KD versus Giannis.
And you see how they was like, them last couple games they played when Giannis was like, dude, this is all downhill. And it was nothing Brooklyn at the time. Like they were missing a dude, but it was nothing Brooklyn could do about it, period. Like at all. So if this is the wall year, I'm going to go Giannis, bro. I'm going to say this is the year he overcomes everything else. Chris Middleton will ball, and hopefully Drew Bledsoe can drag it along. And it's Drew.
Come on, Drew.
Bledsoe can
be the
drag
player
it along
that everybody thinks you is.
Brianna looks like she is in such disbelief for where she's
But Brianna, you know I really want Brooklyn to win.
He got a point.
He got
a point.
I like Brooklyn's chances, but I feel like Giannis, if this ain't Giannis's year, when does that happen? Because Brooklyn shouldn't be as bang next year as they were this year. And if they get any form of a tall dude, it's a wrap. That's really their trouble. LaMarcus failing on this year because of the heart, I totally understand. That really hurt Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn thought, because if he wasn't there, I feel like Andre Drummond would have thought about it. I feel like he would have straight thought about it if LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't there. So I'm going to go Milwaukee. Just I love y'all, Brooklyn. I really want y'all. I know New York. I like the Nets. I do like KD. I want him to get the Blues, and I feel like James will actually ball. But I can't. I got to pick something different than what everybody else has picked. I know Chris ain't picking Milwaukee, so I'm going to pick Milwaukee. We all know everybody has picked LA, so y'all know I'm not picking LA. It's not happening.
We know.
Not happening.
We already know.
If they was the number 1 seed, I might be like, no. Last year I bailed on them.
As long as they have LeBron James Sr.,
That's
That
it right
nigga
there.
ain't picking them boys.
Right, LeBron. I dig it. Everybody picking them.
Just
I'm not
because of
picking
that nigga right
LeBron.
there.
I'm gonna pick. I won't say the field, so I guess I gotta pick between the Clippers, the Suns, and the Jazz. Nobody picked anybody but LA, so I can technically pick anybody if I want in this one. I'm gonna say who's more prepared for the playoffs as a team. I want to pick Phoenix, but I don't know if Devin Booker and Ayton can do anything in the first playoff run. That's really rare for dudes to just go in there and have it 100% down. And this would be wild if it actually happened. So I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Jazz.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to see if the season MVP can drag his team to the finals.
What?
Good pick, man. The Jazz, bro. The Jazz. There's nothing you can say
I
about
dig
the
it. Without
Jazz this
Jamal
year, bro.
Murray, it's tough, bro.
There's
But
really nothing you can say about the Jazz this year, man. Like Donovan Mitchell
everybody
had
thought
got
they were.
hurt. Then now he back, right? Defense is solid too. This nigga Rudy Gobert ain't playing no motherfucking games with niggas down there.
No,
And that's the thing in
that
the
nigga's-
that's the thing in the West. Whose bigs are gonna play the best? Cause that's what it comes down to in the West. Who big gonna play the best?
Yup.
I feel like the Jazz went out to show it. They're a young team. So when the young teams start trying to actually make that push, they make the push in the what's the names first. They make the push in the regular season first.
Yeah, cause we gotta remember they also blew a 3-1 lead last year. So
Yeah.
That's good motivation. If you blow one, bro, like it's you blow a few of
I
them.
mean,
You know, it's very rare to blow 3-1s. They blew a few of them last year, but that's a rare year. So that all gets thrown in with the asterisk on it of COVID. Like everything gets the 2020 asterisk because it was all crazy. None of that was regular. But I feel like what they did last year, man, and their team being together this year, they are number one.
Yeah.
So even if you say LA was out there killing, they will be what, number two?
yeah.
Yeah.
The Jazz get it done. They're healthy.
Yeah. You're right.
The playoffs is the only part I don't know about, but I'm gonna pick the Jazz. I'm gonna pick the number one seed. Why not? Nobody picks Utah.
I like
LeBron said
everybody's
nobody
picks.
picks Utah, and I agree.
I like
Nobody
everybody's-
does pick Utah.
Everybody has some legit reasons. What's up, Chris?
Hey man,
We
San
just going
Antonio won on all the off years, having a good no-name team. They had 1-2 dudes that you could, but they were just good individual role players, and everybody knew their job. You can win championships with that.
It also helps when you got probably the greatest power forward ever.
Of all time, I agree. That does help. It does make it a little easier.
You know, you guys all made some great picks, and I've been searching my soul.
Chris about to pick the Heat.
Oh
For-
Lord.
I ain't gonna lie. When he what?
He gonna say
Y'all
that.
remember I didn't pick Brooklyn because I said Brooklyn wasn't going to be in the championship. Y'all like, man, finals are bust. And I was like, no, not finals are bust for me, buddy.
Nah,
See?
but if they don't make it to the finals,
Pick integrity.
if they
Pick
don't make it
integrity,
to
I
the
see.
finals, even though I didn't pick them, if they don't make it, niggas is gonna be like, bro, what the
Oh,
fuck?
I'm not going to be one of them, but several people
Yeah, I
will.
see.
And I
It's
will
just
be.
that, bro,
Several people will.
if Brooklyn make it to the finals, they better not fucking lose. Nobody on the West should beat them niggas, dog. Real talk. With the talent that they got, nobody should beat these niggas. Bro.
If they can bring it together.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's the biggest thing.
If
Nah.
they can average 120
Yeah,
for
that's
the
always-
playoffs,
that's-
I don't
You ain't gonna
I'm
get into
riding.
this discussion right now.
You know I'm riding regardless. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just saying,
But that's the
hopefully they can bring it together because
Hell yeah.
we
'Cause if-
seen all them niggas on the court balling.
Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest thing because people gonna be like, bruh, superstars of this caliber, all on the same team, should be able to get that shit together.
Yeah.
And I think they should too. So if they make it all the way, shit, that's who I pick. even though I picked Philly. If Brooklyn make it, Brooklyn in 5.
If they can
I
stay
feel it.
healthy.
If Brooklyn make it to the finals, bro, Brooklyn in 5.
Man, shit, yeah. I ain't even bullshitting.
All right. I like all y'all picks, man. All y'all picks were great. I liked it. I can't believe he said that I wouldn't pick the Bucks. I was really thinking about picking the Bucks, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He was thinking about it.
I was
He
thinking
wasn't
about
gonna do
it
though.
until I seen their first round matchup against the Heat. If he gets past the Heat, look the fuck out. Okay.
Dude, they
The
gave him the
Heat.
most trouble.
Man, not this year.
If I'm telling you, if the Bucks get past the Heat, look out. Because they
Bro, if
play
you break the
defense. So they
wall-
gonna build that wall. They definitely gonna build that wall. I just
Man,
don't
the
think.
Heat been dookie this year.
Oh yeah, I know, I understand that, but they at least play defense. They play hard, especially in the playoffs. But and I know none of them was gonna be scared because they've been to the finals already before. But what I think here is on the East, I said it when it first happened. I said it after it happened. I can't change my pick because I got pick integrity. I gotta go with the Nets. The Nets is going to the finals. They're going to the finals. I wanted to pick the 76ers so bad. They can easily lose to the 76ers because they have the better coach. I said it, yes. They got the better coach. But I like the Nets, even though they don't have the chemistry, they got the talent. They got the talent. They got the talent. And I feel like they got more talent than anybody else. The 76ers is going to, depending on their shooting, and Ben Simmons still can't shoot. And that's the reason why I can't pick them. And that sucks because I would really love to see the 76ers playing the Lakers.
Don't shoot jumpers.
Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the New York.
Not really.
Be the New York or whatever, what are they? The Brooklyn Nets versus the LA Lakers. I thought for a second that Blair was going to pick the Clippers, and I was going to say, you going to pick the team that tanked not to play the Lakers the last week of the season? I was about to go in on your ass.
Some hoes for that now. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all some hoes for that.
Straight bullshit. Let you know what you really feel about LeBron James in the
Lakers.
Lakers.
End up winning, ain't nobody gonna be able to complain.
That is facts.
That's facts. But
it won't matter what they did if the banner is raised and they are the champions. Nobody be like, man, but they done. Hey, man, LA should have won.
Guess what? Nobody on this panel picked the Clippers.
I gotta go with the Lakers. So it's the Lakers versus the Nets. I had the same thing at the beginning of the season. I had the same thing at the end of the season. Now, the first round matchup for the Lakers, if they win this first games, what I think they are, they're going to beat the Golden State Warriors. They're going to go and play the Phoenix. Phoenix is going to get them a run for their money, just because they're young and they dumb and they don't know no better.
He said,
They're going to push it to 6 or 7 games.
I don't think so.
I think they'll push it to 6 or 7 games. I think they'll get it to 6, at least 6 games. But I think they're gonna win the first game of the series.
I don't think they're big enough.
They ultimately lose the series because they're just a little too young. They're about a year or 2 away from making a deep run. But I see the Lakers and I see the Nets, man, because they're the 2 most talented teams in the league, and that's what I got to go with. I can't not believe in LeBron James. I can't remember the last time I saw. Listen, you can hate all you want. I let you have your Kevin Durant love. You can hate all you want, okay? When's the last time you saw LeBron James not lose in the finals? In another round of the playoffs, when's the last time we saw that? If he gets in, all bets are off on the West Side for me. Y'all, wait. Ain't you the nigga that told me you still believe in LeBron James at the beginning of last year's playoffs? I said, yes, nigga, because he's LeBron James. What happened? They won it. Now, I feel the same way this year. Until I see somebody knock the man off in the playoffs, I got to go with the king. Period, point blank. I got to go
That's
with
a good pick.
Chiefs. Period, point blank. Until I see somebody knock them
one of
off
the best
in
picks.
the playoffs before they get to the finals, I cannot go with anybody else. That's just a
Some
fact.
good picks.
I can't wait till we get there. We're gonna be chronicling everything on the way to the finals. You know, we're gonna be reacting. Y'all gonna be seeing it. But we gotta move on, man. We gotta move on. Gotta move on. Gotta give a little bit of football talk up in here. So Sean posed the question earlier on. How soon will Mac Jones and Justin Fields start? Is it gonna be quick? The Bears said they don't plan on playing Justin Fields at all this year. That's what the coach is saying. They want to use him how they use Patrick Mahomes. That's what the man said. And Bill Belichick
Yeah,
is,
you can
you
do
already
that
know
when
how he
Alex
do.
Smith is your quarterback.
Hey, you never know. How soon are they going to play these young quarterbacks? What you think, Darius? You think they're going to play Justin Fields right away? Or you think they're going to set him out for the season or halfway through the season or what?
All right, on both of these guys. For the Bears went out and got Andy Dalton, right?
Yeah.
For the starter. So the plan is by the second half of the season for Justin Fields to be starting. Like Bud just said, they not planning to do this nigga like no damn Patrick Mahomes. You can do that when Alex Smith got your team in the playoffs and Alex Smith is balling. In Chicago, the defense got them in the playoffs and they just got rid of the quarterback that they drafted at fucking number 4. Whole plan is to put a new quarterback in that's gonna help us win. They don't believe it's Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton helps until you catch up
So
with
they
this
can't take the
terminology.
pressure no more. Yeah.
Yeah, you catch up with this terminology. Hopefully, he can get us to a winning record by that 8th game. If they come out the gate 0-3,
Field start weak.
now I feel like Mac Jones is probably in a different situation in New England. Bill Belichick plans to play with Cam as long as Cam is playing good. So if Cam is playing good this year, he gonna let Cam start. He don't mind letting his quarterback sit because he gonna want somebody to play that's proven anyway, I believe. But if Cam get out that bitch and stink it up, hey, Bill will pull him. You know Bill will pull him. So I do think Justin Fields gets on the field before Mac Jones because Cam Newton is 10 times better than Andy Dalton.
That's the facts.
Good point.
I don't think Mac Jones, if Cam Newton at least plays decent this year, I don't think Mac Jones see the field this year. But next year, I think he's the guy.
All right, you think you need a year. What you think, Sean? It's your question, brother.
I mean, the main reason why I was thinking about it is because, they got a tendency in the NFL to let the quarterback sit, learn, be mentored, learn the game a little bit, let it slow down for him. But see, now when you picking these quarterbacks now, man, it ain't about just selling tickets with these guys trying to make it to the Super Bowl. What Darius was saying, like I said, what he was saying was the defense played superb with the Bears last year. So they was really only a quarterback away from really doing something, man. I ain't gonna say make it to the Super Bowl or winning the conference or anything, but to do something. So I say by the time they play my Bengals, and my Bengals probably only got one dub, I think that's week 4. It might be 1-3 by the time they play the Bengals. And these guys is maybe 2-2. I think they're gonna throw Justin Fields in there, man. I think he's gonna go in there probably about the 4th or 5th game. That 8th game, it depends because Andy Dalton's so trash. And if that's your weakest link, and you like, man, we got this young gunner right here who possibly can win us 3 or 4 games, why not put him in before the So that's my thing with that. And I agree totally about the Mac Jones thing. I just think they're going to groom him more. So if Kim even wins 6 games, I think Kim going to last the whole season. and they just gonna sit him back for a season and groom him and get rid of Cam next year, and Cam gonna be somebody's backup or be like that Fitzpatrick type guy. So Cam still got a little bit left in the tank, but I wouldn't say on no MVP level. So I think after learning that playbook with what's his name, Josh McDaniels or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
being around him a little bit, learning the playbook, basically become a Patriot, how they want their quarterbacks, and they alter the playbook to his liking, to his strengths, then yeah, it might get another piece for his strength because as you see in the national championship, he was just launching that bitch. I ain't saying he athletic, but if he got some nice wide receivers and he could just do his job and launch it, shit, he could be very successful. So that's my prediction. I think Justin Fields will go before him just because they got more to lose. They can Mac Jones. So that's my opinion.
Facts. I think Justin Fields plays first. They actually play the Bengals week 2, Sean. They actually play them.
Okay.
Week 3, they play the Lions, and I think that's when he plays. I agree with you, like week 3 or 4. I think that they play. I think that Chicago actually wins or splits the first 2 games, but they still make the change because Andy Dalton isn't the reason why they win in games. They the reason why they kind of all right. You know what I mean? So I think that's why he ended up going in week 3 when they're playing the Lions. Now, as far as Mac Jones, I don't think he's going to get to play until at least week. That's if Cam plays bad, which I don't think he's going to play bad. Now, if he gets hurt, it's a different thing. I think it's more a question of health with Cam Newton instead of if he's playing bad or not. Because I think he played all right until he got hurt. No, until he got COVID.
Until he got COVID, yeah.
Until he got COVID. Then same thing as being real, like true hurt. And he was never the same after he got COVID. So I think it's more about him being healthy. But we got to see how their offensive line are going to perform. I haven't really dug into their offensive line as far as who they have acquired through the draft and through free agency as far as the Patriots is concerned just yet. But if Cam can stay healthy, I don't think Mac Jones sees the field at all because I think the Patriots is going to make the playoffs this year. But yeah, I see Fields in probably week 3 or 4 getting in because they're back-to-back games. They play the Lions, and then they play the Raiders. And I think that's going to be the sweet spot where they're going to try to ease them in. And I think that's the spot they're going to get them in. What you think, Blair?
I think Justin Fields ain't playing until if he plays, it ain't going to be to the second half of the season when the Bears don't have anything to play for. I don't think they just give that to him this season. That's not the point of it. It's going to be like if Andy Dalton is so terrible and then the backup behind Andy Dalton is trash, then Justin Fields play. I don't think he's going to be the number 2 because what's the point of saying you're going to sit him all year if he ends up being your number 2? So I feel like he'll be the 3rd string dude. So they'll have to be terrible. And the 2nd string dude will have to be super garbage. And like, we ain't got nothing else to lose, man. We can't be any worse. Short of like their line being garbage and the quarterback getting hammered, and that wouldn't do him any good either if they couldn't protect the dude at all to give him a chance. But if they're just bad, I don't see him playing till the end of the season. Like, why even put him in jeopardy like that? If this is just for reps at a certain point, it'll be when it won't matter. So it'll be a lot less pressure on him to perform right now. And Mac Jones ain't touching the field. Mac Jones is not touching the field. If he makes it on the roster, it'll be 3rd string quarterback. They're not putting him at number 2. Like, that's not how Bill Belichick operates. Things will have to go sour for Mac Jones to get in there. But if they don't want him to play, you can't pressure Bill Belichick. They could be trash, and Cam can be garbage, and Bill is like, yeah, no, he's not playing this year. And he's one of the dudes that wouldn't listen to everything everybody else is saying. It's Bill's job on the line. What happens if they go, and blah, blah, Bill, like, he ain't playing this year, he ain't playing this year. Dude is the GM and the head coach. The only person he answers to is the owner, bro. If Mac Jones ain't slated to play this year, he ain't playing, period. That's not how the Patriots and any other franchise, you could be like, these dudes got so sorry they put the rookie in there. You know when the Patriots have a plan, they have a plan, bro, and then nobody derails the plan. So the plan is, if Mac Jones ain't playing this year, he ain't playing. And if it is, it'll be in garbage time when they're blowing somebody out, and they're just trying to get him some reps. If they do that, but I don't even think they do that, bro. I don't even think he makes third string quarterback. He makes third string, same as the Justin Fields. They'll have to burn through everything else. And then he will have to think that at some point it would give them a chance to win. He's not high on rookie quarterbacks to begin with.
Those are facts.
I don't think Mac Jones touched the field, bro, at all. Justin Fields, second half of the season. I think the Bears will be sorry anyway.
Really?
Andy Dalton ain't that. Andy Dalton is garbage, bro. The
Mitch
defense is
Trubisky-
always good for Chicago.
Mitch Trubisky is worse
was
than Andy Dalton.
garbage, and they made the playoffs.
And they made the playoffs.
It's still, I ain't saying they're not gonna make the playoffs. They might. That don't mean the quarterback's gonna be that great. Their defense is nice, bro. Their defense has always been good. If he plays average, they'll probably make the playoffs. They have a great defense.
That's why I think they like, bro, we can't squander this opportunity. Like, if we come out here and Andy Dalton plays complete ass, like, we pick this nigga at number 10.
But do you think he's going to be the second string quarterback going into the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Yes,
He'll have to be second string to even be considered.
Who was behind Mitch Trubisky?
I don't know.
Exactly. And we pick this nigga.
And you say that, but that dude had a job, and it was the second string quarterback.
It was Nick Foles. It was Nick Foles.
It would have been cool if he would have got picked like Jordan Love at number 24, but this nigga got picked at number 10.
No,
So,
they
like,
do expect something from him, bro. But do you expect it this year? Because if you do, you go in week 1 starting quarterback, bro.
I think this is a transition. I think this is a transition. Because if it wasn't, then you could have just kept Mitch Trubisky. For Andy Dalton,
was garbage. He was
for
garbage.
Andy Dalton, he won more games than Andy Dalton last year.
Andy Dalton still got a history, bro. People can get jobs based on their history for a long time. And in Cincinnati, the fact that he's still in the league for like 15 years or some dumb shit like that, all that matters to NFL teams, bro. Like, you can make that face, but it all matters, and you know it does. If
You're gonna talk about history. You talking about nigga ain't never won a playoff game, and we talking about history.
How long did he have that job and never won a playoff game? Dude, the Dallas Cowboys hired him. Then he got fired and got hired by the Chicago Bears as the starting quarterback. Somebody still holds on to the fact that he even went to the playoff.
For transitional purposes. He wouldn't have played in Dallas if fucking Dak Prescott didn't have a freak injury.
And that all was a really terrible set of circumstances with that. But he did play and was trash and still got another contract to start for another team.
Hell yeah, because you can't throw number 10 out there if he don't know the terminology. That's why I say, bro, if
you
they
think
is
it's
always,
just playbook related.
yeah,
like,
because I feel like that Chicago is a better team than people think. Because everybody is saying, bro, you are a quarterback away.
That's
so
really what they are, is a quarterback.
Yeah, so if we 0-2, 0-3, and the problem has clearly been because the quarterback play ain't up to par, you don't got nothing to lose because you picked this nigga at number 10. You picked him to be the guy.
But I'm saying, if you don't swap him out in week 2 or 3, why not just give him the helm at week 1?
Because you don't want to put him out there at week 1.
Week
like I said,
different than week 1.
You want to give him time to get acclimated to what's going on. Because like I said, he's never seen. But if Andy Dalton go out there and throw 4 interceptions in the first game, I damn sure think week 2 Justin Fields starting.
He shouldn't, and they might. And that's how they fuck up.
Like, bro, if I'm going to lose, because it's like at that point, if you going to lose, you might as well put this man out there to get the game experience because he is your future. Why waste the reps on Andy Dalton still? If he
So you
0
said that when
2,
they give up on the season, they should let him play.
no, I'm saying because they're not trying to give up on the season. Because if Andy Dalton go out there and he's that ass, it's gonna be basically this is my number 10
That's a
pick. It
lot for
can't
him
get
to
no
carry,
worse.
bro, as a rookie.
It's cool. It happens though. It happens. Shit, yo man did it. Tom Brady got through in the biggest game of biggest games. And that shit, look what that shit led to. But like I said, I feel it's different only because he was top 10. If he would have been like Jordan Love or one of these other quarterbacks that got drafted like later, it probably would be a little different. But because they got rid of a dude that they picked at number 4, and then they went and got another dude at number 10, you didn't bring Andy Dalton in here like, oh, I hope he carry us this season. Nah, nigga, help us get this nigga where he need to be so we can transition your ass to the bench. Cause you ain't never won shit. So y'all is on the same motherfucking playing field. Cause every year, every team go out there to win championships.
Andy Dalton has been a serviceable quarterback for like 10 years. Serviceable ain't good enough for what they need.
Serviceable for
Chicago keeps a good defense, bro. As an organization, they keep a good. Their offense has always been the issue, and it's always been quarterback.
I think because they feel like their defense is that good, it wouldn't scare them to put him out there.
I think it's tough for a quarterback to play in Chicago because of the actual win. Like that matters in Chicago, bro. Like it's not as windy a lot of other places. So you definitely need like a really strong arm to play in Chicago, bro. Because the whole Windy City thing is legit.
Hell yeah.
It's legit, bro. It is exceptionally windy there.
Brianna, what you think?
I think what everybody else said.
Bro, I was just curious how she was gonna do it.
Hey, I was just wondering what you think. You
I
know,
agree with all that shit, cuz
I don't give a fuck.
that shit sound right.
I don't give a fuck. It ain't the Ravens. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care. But that's gonna do it for the today's show, y'all. It's quick.
Oh, before y'all say that, I know we about to go. Who y'all think gonna win out? Oh, so you already picked LA, so no. Who you think win out the LA Golden State game? Who you think wins that game? Just that game?
I got Steph Curry still going off, but LA winning the game.
LA by 12.
Just because I think it's gonna be like Steph. I think it's gonna be like Steph Curry going off, but like literally this nigga's not gonna have no help. Like
I
it's just gonna be
real issue, bro. Even in he gets no help from them dudes.
This is where Draymond is gonna wear that motherfucking bullshit hat because it's gonna be like, nigga.
Hey.
No.
Hey. Draymond stepped up after Brianna flamed him. He was all on TikTok too. Everybody saw it.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Flames.
I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, exactly. Just like motherfucker said, motherfuckers, you can't come to this game, get fucking 10 assists off Steph Curry and only got fucking 4 points, nigga. No.
Period.
You need 15, he do. And I don't see it happening. This nigga gonna have all the assists to Steph Curry and like 2 fucking points and probably have a fucking flagrant foul or some shit.
I believe it's possible though. It could be an upset.
It could.
I'm gonna say Steph going for 57.
If Steph go for 50, them boys will win.
Steph burn them for 57. Golden State win by 3.
If
Steph burn them for 50, god damn.
Y'all know he like unstoppable.
But the biggest thing, if everybody else,
it's gonna be a tight game. It's gonna be a tight game.
Everybody else gotta at least score about 8.
Yeah, everybody else at least gotta have 10 points. Everybody else gotta at least have 10 points.
It's gonna be like how LeBron was in his first finals. Hey, this nigga Steph gonna go crazy, and then he gonna look at the stat sheet and be like, "Where the fuck was y'all niggas at?"
It's gonna be like AI in the finals. That one game that he drugged that everybody knew. AI get it one, but he can't win that shit. He drugged one game. If Steph get 50, they win, man.
Look, all I know is at this point, it ain't shit nobody can say. Y'all better give that man his respect. Y'all been saying all because he played with Clay, all because he played with this person. Give that man his motherfucking respect and call him what he is, the greatest shooter in the world and the greatest shooter the world has ever seen. And that is what it is. And we can't do nothing. Can't nobody do shit to stop it. But Sean, don't you got the Lakers by 12, don't you?
I got this close, man. I got the Lakers by 6.
Y'all tripping.
The Lakers by 6.
Lakers by
Bro, Steph Curry can keep it close, dog.
Yes, all because of that one man.
This man is gonna shoot 23s this game. He gonna do that.
Easy.
He gonna shoot 23s, and he probably gonna hit 11 of them bitches. Like,
He might hit more than 11.
All right, the thing is gonna be, can somebody else give me 12?
They need some hustle points from somewhere at some point, bro. That's it.
Draymond cannot go out there and play like 38 minutes and only have 2 points. You
He
cannot
gonna do it,
go
dog.
out
He
there.
gonna do it. He gonna do it and be like, man, Steph had a great season though, and that's what he gonna say in the post game.
They better off letting Clay broke ass out there.
Clay ain't gonna be the same next year. And he already lost 2 years.
I think he's gonna be good until the third quarter, and it's gonna be over.
Nah, he done blew out both of them bitches. Both, one on each side, right? Or is it on the same leg? He blew the Achilles.
It's just gonna be. It's gonna be tough because
it was one,
even
so
though
he blew out one knee and one Achilles.
Yeah, it was on both opposite sides.
Hell no.
I don't know. The biggest thing, no. The biggest thing for Clay is shooter never lose their stroke, and Clay has always been proven to be a player that does not need the ball in his hand.
But what made Clay so good was his defense, bro. That requires athleticism. Like to be able to be what he was.
On the defensive end, he definitely not gonna be that player. But if he can still go out there and get your motherfucking ass 30, that shit ain't gonna matter. He can just be like Melo. Fuck that shit.
He ain't gonna be giving you 30 if he like Melo, bro.
You already done told him.
He ain't giving you 30.
You already done told him. Y'all think I'm about to be go out here guarding the best player on the opposite side of the team?
That ain't happening. Hey, Clay Thompson.
Yeah.
Clay Thompson is gonna be the first nigga out on the break, straight to the corner, swish 3. This nigga still gonna average about 25. They're gonna be like, how many times did he dribble this game? About 4, nigga. That's it.
All right, I just wanted to know what y'all thought, bro. We good. I'm good. You wrap that up.
Hey, it's a motherfucking wrap. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mama, aunties, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, sister. And we out this bitch.
We out.
Peace.